Believe it or not, we are actually going to put dirt in the back of the Coyote, muddy dirt. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Maintenance with Mike. So today on Maintenance with Mike, we're going to be doing some ditch maintenance on our rural property here. We've got a large flow of water that comes down on the inside of this road. It was overgrown with some large poplars and stuff here. So those roots and stuff were causing the flow to slow down. So we've taken the backhoe and we've grabbed those with the thumb. We've grabbed those trees and just pulled them out. And what we're left with now is just some sod and some small saplings and stuff that are trying to grow here that we want to take out as well, just to make this flow and just dig a nice sort of channel down here, just so that water comes off that ridge and flows down. We'll show you that in a minute. So we've got the Coyote set up here. Believe it or not, we are actually going to put dirt in the back of the Coyote, muddy dirt, and see how well it dumps. We're going to take it up the property and dump that. So we're actually going to use the backhoe. We're going to lightly scrape a channel out of here, throw all the spoils into the back of the Coyote. We're going to take it for a drive up the property and dump it. So let's get started. So you'll see in front of the tractor here, as I was driving up here, this is still the edge of the road here. And you can start to see the mud here already from the weight of the tractor. What's happening is all of this stuff here is holding up the water and causing it to pool. It's causing it to pool right here. And it's sort of washing out into this section here. And basically that's was running down the road instead of inside the ditch. So the idea here is just to kind of come along and just scrape a little channel on that inside, maybe pull some of this muck stuff out of here and throw it into the back of the Coyote. You'll see there's lots of water that comes down here. Here's another section here that's pooling and sort of infringing on the road here. You can see where the road sort of was, and it's got to go back where it came from. So here's where most of the water comes off the mountain here. It all flows down through here. This is a pretty good channel that I dug here last year. And this is where I ripped out a big poplar here last week. And all the roots and stuff came out, and you can see the water running there. So basically just, you want to get these big clumps of grass out of here and just kind of work your way down here so that we can have a bit of a ditch here. So that's the idea for today. So let's fire up the machines. Safety belt. See, we've taken some good clumps out of here already, but you can see the base rock that was here now originally, and all the grass that has grown up in there. How nice that ditch is going to operate now. There's a big culvert that goes out that side of the ditch here. So basically we're just going to continue our way up, grabbing these big chunks of grass on the inside and leaving leaving the stuff on the outside to hold the road. So let's keep going. So I'm going to pull off this receiver hitch just because that's probably not a good idea to have that on. I don't know if that tailgate will hit it or not. Probably should have took that off earlier, but oh, the mosquitoes right now are just relentless up here. The road's a little bit wet still. We've had quite a few thunder showers, just like seems like a lot of Canada right now. It's sort of had the same thing. Now I know on this tailgate we have the option to pull a pin here, which I think is kind of cool. Should keep the muck out of the tailgate a little bit better. This is supposed to drop right down like that, and then we should be able to dump it. And you just grab this handle here. Up she goes. Doesn't that work slick? Now we can always spread that around later with the tractor, but the whole idea is just to build up the side of the road here so we don't have any erosion. So let's head down and get another load. So that's going to do it for this week's video. At this point, it's basically just rinse and repeat. We're going to continue working our way up the slope here. pulling the mud and stuff away from the bank just to make sure it's got smooth sailing with the creek, to make sure it's running. But we appreciate you hanging out with us for a bit today. If you like these videos, maybe consider subscribing to the channel, share it with a family member or friend, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.